India and Sri Lanka. Two neighbouring countries with shared history, culture, food, and cricket obsession. But once you walk through the streets of both countries, the experience feels surprisingly different. From traffic and cleanliness, to food, transport, people, and daily life, these streets tell completely different stories. So today, we're doing an honest street comparison between India and Sri Lanka. No politics. No hate. Just real observations from everyday life. Let's begin. First impression on the streets. The first thing most people notice is the energy level. Indian streets feel intense. Busy roads, packed markets, honking traffic, street vendors everywhere, there's constant movement. Cities like Mumbai, Delhi, or Chennai can feel alive 24 hours a day. Sri Lankan streets feel calmer. Even in Colombo, traffic usually feels slower and less chaotic compared to major Indian cities. You'll notice more open roads, fewer crowds, and a quieter atmosphere overall. India feels like non-stop motion. Sri Lanka feels more relaxed. And that changes the entire street experience. Cleanliness and organization. Another noticeable difference is street organization. Many visitors say Sri Lankan streets often appear cleaner and more structured in tourist areas. Road markings, smaller crowds, and lower population density make cities feel easier to navigate. In India, the scale is completely different. The population is massive. That creates pressure on roads, transport systems, and public spaces. But India's street life also has something unique. The chaos itself becomes part of the experience. Street markets, local shops, food stalls, festivals, everything feels packed with energy. Sri Lanka feels organized. India feels explosive. Street food and local life. Street food is where both countries truly come alive. In India, every region has its own street food culture. From pani puri and vada pav to dosa, kebabs, and chai stalls, food is everywhere. The streets smell like spices, fried snacks, and fresh tea. Sri Lanka has a different street vibe. You'll find kottu roti, hoppers, seafood snacks, and coconut-based dishes. The food culture feels slightly less crowded but more relaxed. Eating near beaches or roadside cafes gives a very different atmosphere compared to India's busy food streets. Both countries love strong flavors. But the street experience feels completely different. Transport and movement. Transport changes how a country feels. India's streets are filled with motorcycles, auto rickshaws, buses, taxis, trucks, and massive railway networks. Crossing the road in some Indian cities can feel like a challenge on its own. But somehow, the system keeps moving. Sri Lanka feels slower and easier to follow. Buses still get crowded, and tuk-tuks are everywhere, but traffic pressure often feels lower. And then there are the famous Sri Lankan train rides. Green mountains, tea plantations, ocean views, the journey itself becomes part of the experience. India's transport feels legendary. Sri Lanka's feels scenic. People and street atmosphere. One of the biggest differences is social atmosphere. Indian streets often feel highly interactive. Vendors calling customers, music playing, people negotiating prices, families shopping, everything happens at once. Sri Lankan streets usually feel quieter. Tourists often mention that interactions feel softer and more laid back. Part of this comes from population size. India has over 1 billion people. Sri Lanka's population is much smaller. That affects personal space, traffic, noise levels, and city pressure. Neither experience is wrong. They're just different styles of daily life. So, which country has the better street experience? Honestly, it depends on what you enjoy. If you love non-stop energy, massive crowds, and fast-moving city life, India feels unforgettable. If you prefer calmer streets, scenic travel, and a slower atmosphere, Sri Lanka feels refreshing. Both countries have beautiful cultures. Both have incredible people. And both offer street experiences you'll never forget. So if you had to choose, which streets would you explore first? India or Sri Lanka? Comment below.